Hey Andre, I was up in the high country this week, and guess what? I caught prototype testing.
I was going to say you went skiing.
No, I didn't go skiing. I was doing a Ford Bronco Sport review,
Okay.
which by the way is up on alltfl.com, and I ran into, get this, the 2024 Ford F-150 and F-150 Raptor doing high altitude testing. And I think in this video we should do a little bit of forensics. Tell me about what you've been doing.
Yeah, so I've been studying it this morning.
Yes.
So thank you for catching this, by the way. This is very important because the F-Series is the best-selling vehicle in the country. So when a new one, or at least a camouflaged one, appears, it's super important.
Yeah, so in this video, let's kind of do a deep dive forensic analysis of what we can gather about the 2024 F-150 and F-150 Raptor. So obviously the one on the left, I think is pretty obvious. It's a Raptor, right? It's taller, it's wider.
Yeah, and you can see the fender and kind of the marker light on the rear fender right there, which makes it's a wide body and it is a Raptor.
Now the first thing that I noticed now that I'm watching this video is those taillights are different, aren't they? They remind me of something.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of camouflage on them, right?
Yeah.
So why are they trying to cover this up? Well, I think it's because this taillight signature has been used before.
Oh dang, look at that. Yeah.
I think it's lightning.
I think, yeah, you saw it
Well-
first on the fast lane truck. They're going to have the lightning taillights.
Yeah, I'm not saying the Raptor will be electric.
Right.
I'm saying the design of the taillights will be similar.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So basically what I guess we can glean from this is that the styling of the new F-150 is kind of heading toward the lightning styling.
I think so too.
All right,
I think so too.
all right.
And they're covering the rear tailgate.
Yep.
At least here on the basic one. By the way, you know, F-O-R-D, I think that's a Raptor right there.
Sure.
I mean, that's the Raptor style. But why do you think they're covering the tailgate here? Could there be a multi-folding, barn style or something else?
You know what they put on the tailgate is always changing, right? So sometimes it's big Ford and it's actually stamped into the metal, and sometimes it's an applique. So maybe they've changed that around.
And they're not ready to show us
Yeah, to
yet.
kind of freshen it up. Now this is odd. What the heck is up with this? Look, March Hare
Yes.
and Plowboy. Are you telling me, or do you think that the engineers are naming the prototypes?
I think they're having some fun.
Yeah,
And I think they wanted us to have some fun too.
to try to figure out what that.
So I
was.
did. I became an investigator.
Okay,
And I looked up March Hare. So here he is.
Alice in Wonderland, Andre.
Yes. So there's a British saying called "mad as a March hare," which means pretty crazy rabbit that's fast.
Right.
So that Ford might be fast. That's what I'm taking from that. So maybe a high output engine. What do you think?
Maybe a fuel cell, Andre. Maybe they're going to hydrogen. I mean, you don't think that's, but that would be mad as a March Hare.
It could be, but there's still twin exhaust pipes.
Yeah, on both of them.
Yeah. So they've done this before in the previous generation F-150. They had a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 EcoBoost high output version in the F-150 regular truck, about 450 horsepower. It may be coming back to the regular F-150, which is, I think it's pretty cool.
Now, what about the suspension? Can we glean anything by looking under the truck?
Yes, we see differentials.
Okay.
So you see the differential there. There's a differential here. Let me play this clip again a little bit more. So I think,
Oh, yeah,
you can
see it
see it really. So this is not an independent suspension. So that tells me that this is not definitely an electric truck. It's probably a standard F-150 and Raptor, and there might be playing with some powertrain options.
Right. And what are these little tubes up here? They're on both of the trucks. These little white tubes.
So I've seen this before.
Yeah.
For several years. Many manufacturers use this. I believe it's a version of a Pitotube, which is basically a way to measure wind speed.
Okay.
So, and because, as we keep playing,
Yeah.
there's actually a sticker on the front of the truck. Here's you driving around. By the way, I think engineers, this is public, by the way, this is a public highway, so you're free to video them, but I don't know if they really love, us videoing them.
No, I'm sure they weren't appreciating the fact that I was driving around with the camera sticking out the window.
But it says instrumented.
Yeah.
Here and here. So they're measuring, obviously, powertrain and how powertrain behaves at high elevation.
So rear view mirrors look like they're about the same, right? You got the little
camera.
little camera underneath it. Yeah,
I think so.
That isn't any different.
And why is the front covered? I don't know, because it looks kind of standard to me. At least here. At least this front of this Ford looks pretty standard.
Looks like the current one.
Yeah.
How about the Raptor? That one's much
The
more
Raptor is covered.
camouflaged. Oh, I think I see the word Raptor, Andre.
Yep. There's a hood bulge,
Yeah.
I would say. By the way, the Raptor R,
Yeah.
our long-term truck, they made the little hood bulge taller by about an inch, and this doesn't look like that. And there's no red R. So I don't think this is a V8 power truck. I mean, at least a supercharged one. But what if they put a 5-liter in here? Do you think that would work? A Coyote Raptor? What's wrong with that?
I can tell you, look, we've had our Raptor R now for what, a month, something like that?
A little bit
And
more.
I was talking to Tommy about this. I think they made one very significant mistake,
What?
and that is they didn't make it bold enough. They didn't make it special enough. So if you see it driving down the road,
Yeah,
you can't really tell because it's got the little tiny V8, right? That's like this big, but otherwise it looks like any other Raptor.
Yeah, the only differentiation there is like a colored tow hook in the front, slightly larger hood bulge. But if for a regular person driving down the street, I don't think you would notice.
Have you noticed the design language with the C clamps? They just keep changing the way the C clamp is oriented. Right here, you've got it kind of upside down, and right side up, and you've got the C clamp this way. But that has been around for a while. Tow hooks, of course, on both of them.
There's a skid plate here. Obviously, it's a Raptor.
Yeah.
There's a chin spoiler air dam right here on the F-150.
And how about the tires? Can we tell anything by the tires? They look like
Not much. I think this is a 20-inch wheel.
Yeah.
And I believe that might be a 35. And the reason why I say that is because, well, let's play this video a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, you're waving to them?
I said hi to them, but they didn't wave back. And I was in a Bronco Sport, Andre.
Bright yellow.
Bronco
Bright yellow Bronco Sport. And they're wondering,
with manufacturer plates.
yeah, who is this guy? Is this our friend or a foe?
Stop it, would you, for a sec?
Yeah, sorry.
Why are they white? Why are the door handles white?
I
I
don't
wonder.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because these are prototype, right,
Yeah.
trucks. So maybe they didn't have black door
It's
handles.
a 4x4. We can tell that.
Or an FX4,
Or an
potentially.
FX4, yeah, for
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
But this looks like a 20-inch wheel to me.
And look, it's got disc brakes for all you Toyota
The only thing I...
Tacoma.
Yes, which is Tacoma will.
Yeah.
But look, I don't know what these stickers mean. FQ and TP.
Hmm.
Oh, maybe it's pointing down here. There's a couple of valves.
Oh, there is something down there.
So
Yeah.
maybe it's like a fuel drain or maybe emissions test. I'm not sure.
So, like with the Lightning, do you think they actually high altitude test electric vehicles? Because they're not affected by altitude like internal combustion engines are. The other thing I'm seeing is, and I'm not happy about this, is the same aerial, right? They keep doing that kind of like, and Ford fans will tell you, that's so when you drive into a low parking garage, you know if you're going to hit the roof.
Little antenna.
Yeah, but I find it kind of antiquated nowadays.
But the antenna has been working for 80 years, so
Yes.
might as well work for another year.
Yeah.
So, actually, that's true. I had that happen to me when I had an F-150 hybrid, and my antenna did hit the garage. Oh, look at this guy's shirt. I mean, his hoodie.
What does it say? Oh, stop it. R something. Can you read that?
Yeah, I did read that,
Okay.
and it says RPG
Okay, what's RPG?
off-road. Well, at first I thought proving grounds.
Okay.
Because PG means proving grounds.
Right, yeah.
But it's not. I realized RPG Off-Road is a company, aftermarket company that works with Ford Performance and many other companies on high-end suspension systems and basically kind of tuning trucks.
So what you're saying is we can guess at the fact that the next generation, well, facelifted generation, might actually have an RPG version like they do with Fox? Something like that?
RPG uses Fox shocks, so
Okay.
you can see, like on their website, for example, they do use Fox shocks, but they have their own parts, like lower links, for example, for this Bronco, and they work on Ranger trucks, F-150s, and they have kind of long travel suspensions.
So we could surmise that there is RPG stuff that might show up on the next generation, or we could surmise that the engineer just got a free hoodie. And likes it because it's cold up at 12,000 feet above sea level.
It was
where
cold. It was cold. So it could be either crazy aluminum suspension or a hoodie.
Hey, before we wrap this up, let me ask you. Let's go back to the prototypes. Obviously, this is going to be coming out this year, right? Because 2024 has come out in 2023.
Yeah.
Where does Ram with the Silverado? I mean, where does Chevy with the Silverado and Ram with the 1500 stand. Where are we at with those guys?
So yeah, that's a great question. So let's take GM first.
Yeah.
So GM recently announced that for 2024 model year, same model year that we're seeing here, I think, they're gonna use their 3-liter diesel in more variants. So the 3-liter diesel, the straight 6 Duramax, is very important to them still, and they actually have an iGauntlet with that engine coming up.
Okay.
So that's this week. And then, so they're putting the 3-liter into their Bison trucks, the ZR2 trucks, because remember, we asked for it, and it was only with a V8. So they're putting their diesel into more trucks. They also have a valve system, GM, on their exhaust systems for the V8 trucks. So you know how Raptor has various modes for the exhaust system? They're doing that in a Chevrolet.
Okay, and how about Ram? Now we know Ram just came out with the electric truck, the Rev.
Yeah, they announced it,
Right.
they showed it.
They showed it, but that's not until 2025. As of 2025, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
so the electric truck comes later, about a year and a half from now.
How about the normal 1500?
There's not a lot of news on that one yet. Maybe it is getting a little bit long in the tooth. Maybe they're holding something close to their vest. I want them to put their Hurricane straight 6 engine. You tested it in the Grand
I
Wagoneer.
did, yeah. But it's hard to extrapolate how it'll do in the pickup truck because the Grand Wagoneer is such a giant beast.
But these are turbocharged trucks.
Yeah.
Why not Ram going turbocharged?
That's what everybody's anticipating. And we can't leave out our Toyota fans.
No.
What's happening with the Tundra?
The Tundra is still here. Obviously, the big news for Toyota is Tacoma, but that's a different class. Tacoma is coming out this year. The Tundra, I think, is soldiering on with, at least for 23, minimal changes, right?
Yeah, it's just been refreshed.
Yeah, in 22, it was all new.
And Toyota doesn't exactly refresh them that often, so that's going to be around for quite a while.
And the Nissan Titan,
Yes, that soldiers on, I think.
Well, in the Chicago Auto Show, you
Yeah.
and I didn't see it at the show.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in New York. It's still on sale, but they're not showing it. So that's not a good sign.
Yeah, but the Frontier is doing well, so
Yeah.
good for them. All right, well, there you have it, guys. You saw it first, the latest on the new Ford F-150 and F-150 Raptor. This will be a facelift. It won't be completely all new, right?
As you can see, it's very similar. Yeah. So, and also, I'm thinking a little bit power changes, maybe small power changes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and if you want to check out that Bronco Sport review, head on over to All TFL. And this weekend, Andre, what did you say you're hiking?
GMC Sierra 3-liter Duramax, the new one, the LZ0. It's taken on the world's toughest towing test. And we also, next week, we also have that engine on our MPG loop.
Yep, so every Saturday, a new hike because you asked for it.
Thank you very much.
Ciao.